Everybody says that you're a bizarre bunch of guys, but I think you look like you're all American and typical.
Love apple pie.
The boy or girl next door.
Why would guys like you? I know you've been asked this before, but why would guys like you have problems with these religious groups? You look like God-fearing people. So.
It's the other way around. Religious groups have problems with us. We have no problem with anybody as long as I can talk and say it clearly. We've got no problems with anybody. If religious groups want to come, fundamentalists want to come to see the shows, fine with us. The problem is them. They have a problem with us.
Our fans have no problems. Everybody's happy.
Why is it that they have a problem?
Well, because they want to make a name for themselves and they want to get their names in newspapers. We spoke to one of those guys yesterday, and when we really asked him who he represented, he was a self-ordained minister in his own church. Well, why don't we all start churches and go stand on soapboxes and preach?
And make money tax-free.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Be sure to send your dollars to P.O. Box. I'm going to fight Kiss and send them to hell. Bats, Box, 4 and send it to my name, Preacher Bob, B.O.B. You've heard that before.
It's been 10 years since Kiss first walked on stage, spitting blood, breathing fire, and promoting themselves as the loudest band in the world. With a new album to sell, Kiss has been on the road again, but their 100-city tour has met with controversy reminiscent of the 60s.
Well, it might be the devil, or it might be the Lord, but you gotta have to serve somebody.
There were picket lines in Nashville, a record-breaking protest in Little Rock, a standing-room-only city council meeting in Corpus Christi, and headlines all over the country: Minneapolis, Dubuque, Chattanooga, and Bismarck, North Dakota. The protesters are mainly religious groups who have been trying unsuccessfully to get Kiss concerts stopped because, they say, Kiss promotes the worship of Satan.
This is one of the ways that the enemy is coming in to try to engulf the minds of these teenagers and win them over.
We make heroes out of these guys and make them look like they're something great when literally they're destroying this country.
Their music and their lyrics is espousing Satan worship and drugs among our kids, and you're looking at a preacher in Pine Bluff, Arkansas that's against it, and we're going to stand against it. And not just me, but in Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, California, the ministry's waking up and realizing that we need to stand against this evil.
I don't think we'd like those people to like us. They're strange. I mean, they really are weird, you know, but we don't get involved in that. We're a rock and roll band, and we're certainly not going to make a career of explaining what we do to anybody.
What they do, according to many Christian leaders, is use their evil-looking makeup along with lyrics such as "I was raised by the demons" and "I'm king of the nighttime world" to influence their fans to idolize the underworld.
I think they're trying to fill their auditoriums and fill their pocketbooks, what I think. And I think they're putting our kids on the block to do it.
There are people who really believe in what these guys have to say. That's the scary part. And if we come and actually start playing the game, we're going to lend more importance to these guys than they actually deserve. They are really small-time bozos who are warped, who are going to try to do the same thing that's been done to Elvis, which is burn his records, and to the Beatles. We figure we're in very, very good company.
Kiss knows they can use the controversy. Their concerts have only been selling at 50 to 75% capacity, and their latest album, Creatures of the Night, is the poorest-selling album of their career. Poor sales and a disappointing turnout may well be the reason Kiss called off the tour midway through and retreated to a studio to cut a new album. Meanwhile, the controversy is also meaty material for a Christian ministry whose mainline membership is dwindling. Both sides claim that they'd like to meet and smooth things out.
Well, if I met the members of Kiss, I'd like to do that. I mean, I would, of course, I would tell them that the only hope they have in their life is Jesus Christ, and that they have to be born again.
I'll go listen to their sermons. They seem a little afraid to come see us.
Have you invited them?
Why?
You invite them?
Sure, come to the show. Have a good time.
The kids, for the most part, are ignoring all the commotion and have been going to the Kiss concerts for the same reason they go to any concert, to hear very loud rock and roll.
They're not out here for any sane worship. It's just rock and roll. That's all it is.
They don't have me worshiping the devil, so I don't worry what they do.
Dixie Watley for Entertainment Tonight.
Come here
This small group waiting outside Market Square Arena tonight had no plans of going to the KISS concert. They were there to try to intercept teenagers on their way in, to pass on religious tracts and a warning.
It's obvious in this particular band's KISS, K-I-S-S, Kings and Satan's servants. They're not ashamed of who they stand for.
We don't have problems with anybody. Some preachers have problems with us.
The KISS tour, which began in late December, is the first in 3 years. But in several cities so far, the band has encountered protests from parents and preachers. The group in Indianapolis was small tonight, but offered the same criticisms.
The words behind the music that they're singing is satanic, and it's suggesting these kids to do things and that they wouldn't normally really want to do.
Band members, however, have their own assessment of speculation about their act.
I guess there's some people who like to see their names in the newspapers, so they figure the best way to do it is to stand on soapboxes and hide behind religion. I don't think they represent anybody except themselves.
What does KISS represent? They say their goal this tour, as before, is simply to give the loudest and perhaps most outlandish rock and roll performance.